Hey, hi, hello! Welcome to the Rodent Recital channel. I am still in my bathroom, back at it again in the bathroom with the nice hearty echo because it's the quietest place in my house. Today I'm going to be doing a fun little drawing, and it's not going to really be a drawing that's specific to the story I'm telling, just a fun little whatever pops into my mind. And today we are going to be talking about a story that happened to me. Not an urban legend, and not ghost stories. This is a story about the time I dealt with a stalker back on my Tumblr days, because I was a Tumblr kid. I was a Tumblr guy, a Tumblr boy. I was on Tumblr doing the tumble things, tumbling down that hill. Yeah, ignore that. I don't know what that was. So, let's start my story off. When I was like 15, I was pretty moderately like Tumblr popular. I had like 10,000 followers on Tumblr. I had a few popular Tumblr posts, and I was doing pretty well on Tumblr. I got a lot of anons at the time. A lot of people saying, "You suck. You're problematic because you said you don't like bread, and I love bread." Or whatever people got cancelled for back on Tumblr. It wasn't called cancelled then. What was it called back then? What did we call it? They were just called problematic. You weren't cancelled. It was call out. You got called out. It was a call out post. You got called out. They got called out. Anyway, I'm kind of old. So when I was a teenager back on Tumblr days, I remember I would get a lot of anon hate because I was quite a controversial person in the Tumblr sphere, which is the most embarrassing thing I've ever had to say. I had a lot of hot takes, a lot of things that people would come for me for, but I was living my best life. I was a teenager, spilling my truth, spilling my tea. You know, I'm just gonna say living my truth because I don't want to embarrass myself. I was just living my truth. What was I even saying? It's racist to eat rice, probably, because we had the craziest opinions back then. We were super social justice back on Tumblr. Anyway, I would get a lot of anon hate because I was a bit of a rapscallion back in the day. I would talk a lot of shit, and I was a bit full of myself as a teenager, as any teenager is really. And I remember I received a anon message one day saying that they hoped I got AIDS, which is a pretty severe thing to wish upon someone. HIV is pretty treatable, and you can also become non-infectious, I don't know if that's a term, by taking medication. But wishing AIDS upon someone is pretty severe. I also started getting a lot of messages from that point on of the same person who wrote in the same style, basically just saying they hated me, that I was ugly, that I wasn't funny, that everything I did was terrible. And I was like, okay, who is this person from my high school? Or possibly my father. I'm joking. It wouldn't have been my dad. My dad loves me. That was a bad joke. I had a little IP tracker on my computer. I was a sneaky little coder, sneaky little hacker, and I had a IP address tracker, which I put the code for into my HTML on my Tumblr blog. And I was able to track the IP addresses of the people who were sending me this hate, and the IP address linked to a computer that was in my city. So obviously this person probably knew me or knew someone who knew me, which was a bit spooky for me because I was like, please don't Molotov cocktail my house. That would be bad. This person continued to harass me. They started messaging me saying that they were a part of my friend group, that I was annoying, no one liked me, everyone talked shit about me behind my back. And I was like, well, you know what? I kind of expected that. But they really didn't speak like someone who I thought I would know, like any of my friends. Back in this day, I had like 5 friends, and none of them were very vindictive. I have one friend who was my best friend at the time, who I'm not friends with anymore, but I really doubt he would do this because, again, he wasn't a vindictive person, he wasn't an aggressive person, so I doubt this was him. I honestly think to this day that this person knew someone who knew someone who knew me, and they were just pretending to be in my friend group for some reason, but who knows. Eventually, I found a call-out post. This person had made a post on an anonymous Tumblr account accusing me of murder. That's right, full-blown murder. This person made a long-ass Tumblr post on an anonymous account saying I murdered someone. They linked to the blog of the person who I allegedly murdered. I had never interacted with this person. I did some cross-searching to see if I had ever messaged them, or if I had even commented on a post they made, or even reblogged a post that they made, and I could not find any connection. I never interacted with this person I supposedly murdered. Also, this person was in a different country, so I must have really long arms. Anyway, my girlfriend and my best friend began receiving anonymous messages on Tumblr from someone urging them not to be my friend because I was a literal murderer. It was wild. This person started saying that they knew where I lived, that they watched me from my house, that they knew what I looked like, that they go to parties that I was at, they know my friends. It was literally terrifying because I was like 15 years old or 16. I didn't want to deal with this shit. I was trying to grasp the concept of long division, which I still don't grasp. And yeah, there was really no resolution to this story. I blocked their IP address. With the IP tracker on my blog, it actually revealed any IP addresses that were covered by VPNs. So it would say, these 5 IP addresses visited your blog, but they were actually this IP in disguise, which was a really cool feature. I was really happy with that. And every single time I had 5 different anonymous hate messages from 5 different countries and 5 different IPs, it would always lead back to the same person from my city. This was insane. I was like a 15-year-old, I don't even know how old this person was, and they were full-blown pulling out the big guns to attack me. But yeah, like I said, there was no real resolution. I blocked every single hate message I got, and eventually the person just stopped. I think they gave up. They didn't want to bother anymore. They were trying to egg me on to commit suicide and to harm myself, but they were not successful, and they eventually just gave up. And that's the end of my story about my Tumblr stalker. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the drawing. Have a safe day. I hope you do not get stalked, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.